Welcome all. So today we will start module 4. In module 4 the topics that has to be covered are inverting amplifier and non-inverting amplifier. So this module 4 is basically about op-amp circuits, operational amplifier circuits. So we have to study the inverting amplifier and non-inverting amplifier, then the gain, input resistance, output resistance and bandwidth of these two amplifiers, inverting and non-inverting amplifier. After that we will go for some applications of operational amplifier, like it is acting as a AC amplifier, DC amplifier, then instrumentation amplifier, after that comparator, zero crossing detector, then at the end Schmitt trigger. So these all topics has to be covered under this module. So the basics of operational amplifier we have already seen in the basic electronics chapter. So we have seen operational amplifier is nothing but it's a multi-stage differential amplifier which is having very high gain. So basically speaking, it is a four stages are there in an operational amplifier. First stage is a differential amplifier, second is also a differential amplifier, third is a level shifter, last one is a buffer. So those all things we have seen, and certain parameters associated with op-amps like common mode rejection ratio CMRR, slew rate, input offset voltage, output offset voltage, input bias current, then slew rate, bandwidth, then PSRR means power supply rejection ratio. So these are the certain parameters associated with op-amp. That all definitions also you have to go through. Then the ideal characteristics of an op-amp also we have studied. It is having generally high gain, then high input resistance, zero output resistance, high slew rate, etc. So the initial things and all you have to study, so before going to this module. So here the first topic is operational amplifier with negative feedback. So op-amp is a short form of operational amplifier. Generally it is used for performing certain mathematical operations like addition, subtraction, then integration, differentiation and all. Later we have started the operational amplifier to do the more detailed things, like it is used as an oscillator, is used as a DAC and converter, etc. So here we started the module with a non-inverting amplifier. So here explaining, like we know the previous chapter we have studied feedback, about feedback. So the four feedback topologies like voltage series, voltage shunt, current series and current shunt we have seen. Under that we have seen one example for voltage series is nothing but non-inverting amplifier. So through that we will explain non-inverting amplifier. So the figure here shows a non-inverting amplifier. Normally the non-inverting amplifier what we studied means, for an op-amp we have two terminals, one is inverting terminal, another one is non-inverting terminal. So the input signal which has to be amplified, if it is giving to the non-inverting terminal, then it is known as non-inverting amplifier. And here we have the feedback resistance RF and we have the input resistance Ri which is grounded. So this is the inverting amplifier which we studied earlier. The same figure has been redrawn like this, including the load resistance RL and VO. So this figure, if you are seeing, this is the same figure. You can see the input sine wave is given to the non-inverting terminal plus, and in the minus symbol we have RF and Ri which is grounded, and RL is connected at the output. So same figure is drawn such that a feedback concept has to be implemented. So here this RF RI network is the feedback network. Okay, so you can see here for a operational amplifier we have two power supplies, one is plus VCC, another one is minus VEE. So this is normally plus or minus 15 for IC 741. So that also has been marked. So you can see here this is the operational amplifier, two input V1 and V2. So operational amplifier is nothing but a differential amplifier, right? What do you mean by differential amplifier? It is an amplifier which amplifies the difference between the two inputs. So that is marked here VID. VID is nothing but difference between V1 and V2, V1 minus V2. So that is marked here. Output VO is connected back to the input through the feedback network RF RI. So across RI we get the feedback voltage RF that is connected back to the input. So the input signal is Vin. So this is the figure for a non-inverting amplifier under feedback configuration. So we will explain the various things associated with this feedback amplifier. So first one is closed loop non-inverting amplifier. It is a closed loop. You can see the circuit is closed, right? There is a loop circuit. There is a loop. So it is a closed loop non-inverting amplifier. So what is the open loop voltage gain? Gain without feedback. So if you are not considering these all things, gain without feedback is nothing but output voltage VO divided by input voltage VID. So open loop voltage gain A is equal to VO by VID. Next is closed loop voltage gain. What is closed loop voltage gain? For a closed loop voltage gain, we have to consider the input Vin. So closed loop voltage gain AF is equal to VO by Vin. VO by Vin. AF is equal to VO by Vin. What is the feedback factor B? In this particular chapter we are using feedback factor as B, whereas in the module 3 in that textbook we have used beta. Both are one and the same. So what is the feedback gain B? Here output is VF and input is VO. B is equal to VF divided by VO. So gain of the feedback circuit is B is equal to VF by VO. So VID is nothing but V1 minus V2. In V1 we have connected Vin and V2 is nothing but VF. So VID is equal to Vin minus VF, where Vin is the input voltage, VF is the feedback voltage and VID is the difference input voltage. So here the operational amplifier always amplifies the difference input voltage VID. So the feedback voltage always opposes the input voltage. That means 180 degree out of phase with respect to the input voltage. Hence the feedback is negative. Here this feedback voltage VF always opposes. This VF opposes the Vin. So 180 degree phase difference is the between the VF and Vin. So the feedback is negative. We have seen that also in the previous chapter. If the feedback signal and the input signal is of same phase, then it is positive feedback. If it is out of phase, then it is negative feedback. So first thing under this non-inverting amplifier, what we are going to discuss is we are going to see the expression of closed loop voltage gain. So this is the first thing, closed loop voltage gain. So we have to get the equation of AF. So AF is nothing but VO by Vin. So for an op amp, what is output voltage? VO is equal to A into VID, isn't it? A into VID. Output for an op amp, that means open loop gain. So VO is equal to A into VID. VID is nothing but V1 minus V2, or where V1 is nothing but Vin and V2 is nothing but VF. So you see here, what is this VF? VF is the voltage available here. So you can see here there is a potential divider network. Here it is a voltage divider network. Okay. The center voltage is VF and the main voltage is VO. So what is VF? VF is nothing but VO into other branch resistance Ri divided by total resistance Ri plus Rf. So this is the expression for VF. V2 is equal to VF is equal to VO into Ri divided by Ri plus Rf. So from the previous equation, what is VO? A into V1 minus V2. V1 is nothing but input voltage Vin and V2 is nothing but VF. So A into Vin minus R1 VO by R1 plus Rf. So here you can see the remaining steps. After rearranging, we will get the equation, final equation as, you can go through that. We will get AF as VO by Vin, that is equal to A into R1 plus Rf divided by R1 plus Rf plus A into R1. This is the exact equation for the closed loop voltage gain. Now if you are taking certain assumption in this equation, we know for an operational amplifier ideally the gain is infinity. That means the open loop gain A is very large, in the range of 10 raised to 5. So we can write A into R1, this value A into R1 is very much greater than R1 plus Rf. So in the denominator, what will happen? R1 plus Rf plus A into R1 is almost equal to A into R1. So what is VO by Vin? A will get cancelled. What remains is R1 by RF divided by R1. That is 1 plus RF by R1. 1 plus RF by RI. This is nothing but the gain of a non-inverting amplifier. Gain of a non-inverting amplifier is 1 plus RF by RI. So what is the value of feedback gain B? That also we have seen. B is nothing but Vf by V0, that is R1 by R1 plus RF. So if you are comparing these two equations, this and this one, this is nothing but R1 plus RF divided by R1, and this is R1 by R1 plus RF. So you can see AF is nothing but the reciprocal of beta. So if you are comparing these two A and B equation, we can tell the closed loop voltage gain or gain with feedback AF is nothing but reciprocal of the feedback gain B or beta. AF is equal to 1 by V ideally. So this is a general block diagram of a feedback circuit. We have representing it like block diagram of the representation of non-inverting amplifier with feedback. So the input of the op amp is VID, output is VO, feedback network B. So input is VO for that, output is VF, that will be mixed with the input and we are getting this one. So from this circuit, we have seen previously what is AF. We derived the equation and we got AF as A into R1 plus RF divided by R1 plus RF plus AR1. So throughout the numerator and denominator, if you are dividing by R1 plus RF, we will get like this. We will get like this, and if you are cancelling the common terms, we will get the closed loop voltage gain AF as A by 1 plus A beta. This is nothing but the gain equation of a negative feedback amplifier which we seen before. AF is equal to A by 1 plus A beta. Next, the same thing can be found by using the concept of virtual ground which we studied previously. What is virtual ground? The virtual ground says like, for a operational amplifier, the input resistance is very high. So zero current flow inside the op amp. Inside the op amp there is no current flow. Inside the op amp there is no current flow, and if any one of the input is having a ground, the other one also will have a ground effect. So otherwise we can tell A is equal to, see here, A is equal to VO by VID, where VID is nothing but V1 minus V2. Since gain is ideally infinity, we can tell VID is equal to 0. VID is equal to 0 because denominator is infinity. So VID is equal to 0. That means V1 minus V2 is 0, or V1 is equal to V2. The value at the input of V1 is same as value at the V2 value. Okay, the voltage at the inverting and input terminal is approximately equal to voltage at non-inverting input terminal. So this provided that gain A is very high. Under that condition, we can tell the equation as we have V1 is equal to Vin and V2 is equal to Vf, and V2 is equal to Vo into R1 by R1 plus RF. V1 is equal to V2. So V1 is equal to V2. Therefore, we can tell V1 is Vin. Vin is equal to Vo into R1 by R1 plus RF. So Vo by Vin is equal to R1 by R1 plus RF. Same equation we have seen. For a non-inverting amplifier, gain is, closed loop gain is 1 plus RF by R1. Next we will see input resistance with feedback. Input resistance with feedback. For that we are taking the voltage series feedback amplifier with op amp's equivalent circuit. So this also we have seen in the basic electronics operational amplifier chapter, the equivalent circuit of an op amp. Equivalent circuit of an op amp is like this, where the input resistance Ri and output resistance Ro and a voltage source A into VID, because the input is VID, V1 minus V2. So A into VID, output is A into VID, right? That has been marked here. So this is the equivalent circuit of an operational amplifier. The output is connected back to the input through the load resistance RL and the feedback network RF and R1. So instead of connecting it back, we have shown everything in ground condition. This is ground, this is ground, this is ground. That means these all are connected together. For the further explanation purpose, we have used the connection like this. The input resistance RIF is this one. Resistance with feedback RIF. So here Vin is equal to, Vin value has been shown, the current flowing inside is I in is shown, everything has been shown. Now we will see the expression for RIF, how we will derive it. Here Ri is the input resistance, open loop of the op-amp, input resistance of the operational amplifier. RIF is the input resistance of the amplifier with feedback. So we have to get the expression for RIF. So what is RIF? What is RIF? RIF is nothing but, from this equation, what is RIF? V in, the input V in with feedback, right? So we have to consider the input as V in. V in divided by I in. RIF is equal to V in divided by I in. What is I in? I in is nothing but, you can see here, I in is nothing but, I is equal to V by R, right? VID divided by RI. VID divided by RI. So RIF is equal to V in by I in, that is V in by VID by RI. Remaining all equation we have seen before. VID is nothing but VO by A. VO is equal to A into 1 plus AB into V in. So substituting these all things, we can get in the equation as RIF is equal to V in divided by VO by A, VO replaced by A by 1 plus A beta into V in. So this A and V in will go in the numerator, it will get cancelled, and what remains is A into 1 plus A beta. So A into 1 plus A beta. Input resistance with feedback is input resistance without feedback into 1 plus A beta. The same expression we have seen in module 3 for a voltage series feedback. Input is having series connection, so the resistance will increase. Resistance has to be increased. So we'll see here. Input resistance of an op-amp with feedback is 1 plus AB times that of without feedback. Next we will see output resistance. Output resistance is the resistance determined looking back into the feedback amplifier from the output terminal. From the output terminal, if you are seeing the feedback amplifier, what is the resistance that we are experiencing? That is known as output resistance. How we will find the output resistance? For finding the output resistance, we have to make the input voltage so 0, and the output has to be, in output we have to connect a test voltage source. So we can see here, to find output resistance with feedback ROF, reduce the independent voltage source V in to 0, apply the external voltage VO, then calculate the current IO. So let's see the circuit. The same circuit which we considered, input is made 0, it's short circuited, so input is 0, output we have connected one test voltage source, and current flowing is IO. Now we have to find out ROF. What is ROF? Resistance is equal to V by I. So VO by IO. We have to find VO by IO. How we will find VO by IO? So assume that this VO current is splitting into two. One is IA and the one is IB. IA and IB. So we will see here, ROF is equal to VO by IO. At node N, this IO current is nothing but IA plus IB. So assume that the feedback path has more reactance than RO resistance. So you can see here we have a resistance RO. Here the resistance is the feedback network RF and RI. So we are assuming that the feedback network is having more reactance than RO. So which one exists? IA is there, IB is there. So the current path flowing IA having less reactance than this one. So this will be very small. This current will be very small because here the resistance is very high. So the current is very small. So IO will be almost equal to IA. IO will be almost equal to IA. Since IA is very much greater than IB, IO is almost equal to IA. Now we are applying KVL at the output loop. So see here, KVL at the output loop. Which is the output loop? This is the output loop. Applying KVL, what we will get? Applying KVL, we will get it as, see here, VO minus IO-RO, VO, this is VO, VO minus IO-RO. What is this current voltage source? A into VID, right? Minus A into VID is equal to 0. So VO minus IO-RO minus A into VID is equal to 0. What is IO? VO minus A VID by RO. What is VID? V1 minus V2. What is V1? voltage source, independent voltage source is made 0. So V1 is equal to 0, V2 is equal to Vf. So the answer is VID is equal to minus R1 by R1 plus RF into VO, and R1 by R1 plus RF is B, we have seen, minus BVO. So substituting, we will get IO is equal to VO plus ABVO by RO. So what is VO by IO? That is our feedback with resistance with feedback. ROF is equal to VO by IO, that is RO by 1 plus A beta. So it's a voltage series configuration. Non-inverting amplifier is a voltage series configuration. That means input it is series connection, output the sampling is voltage. That means it is a shunt connection. So the resistance has to decrease. So we have seen the same here. Output resistance with feedback is 1 plus AB times the output resistance without feedback. So the output resistance of a voltage series feedback amplifier is 1 by 1 plus A beta times the output resistance RO of the amplifier. So this is the third thing what we have to study. The next is bandwidth with feedback. Bandwidth with feedback. So what do you mean by bandwidth? Bandwidth is nothing but the range of frequency for which the gain remains constant. So the range of frequency over which the gain of the amplifier remains constant is known as bandwidth. So normally in this textbook we are dealing with two types of operational amplifier. One is IC741, another one is IC351. Okay, so the gain bandwidth product of IC741 is 1 megahertz. This value has to be keep in mind, because in problem this value they won't give, you have to use it. So it is 1 megahertz. So unity gain bandwidth of IC741 is 1 megahertz. Okay. So for IC741, the break frequency is also known as cutoff frequency, the frequency at which the gain reduces by 3 dB. Lower cutoff frequency, upper cutoff frequency we have studied, no? Same thing. So the break frequency is 5 Hz. So break frequency is represented by F4. For this particular operational amplifier 741 IC, the break frequency or cutoff frequency is 5 Hz. Okay. So frequency at which gain equal to 1 is known as unity gain bandwidth. The frequency at which the gain becomes 1, the gain equal to 1 is known as unity gain bandwidth. So the relationship between the break frequency F4, open loop voltage gain A, bandwidth with feedback FF and closed loop gain AF is given below. So what is unity gain bandwidth? Unity gain bandwidth is nothing but gain into cutoff frequency, gain into break frequency F4. Whereas with the feedback, if you are speaking, it is the closed loop gain into gain of the feedback amplifier, bandwidth of the feedback amplifier, bandwidth of the amplifier with the feedback. So UGB is equal to AF into FF and UGB is equal to A into F0 without feedback. So for any amplifier, the gain into bandwidth product should be constant. Gain bandwidth product should be constant. So if you are equating both, what we will get? A into F0 is equal to AF into FF. So what is the bandwidth? Bandwidth with the feedback. This is a notation which we used in third module, but here in the textbook we are using FF. Bandwidth with the feedback is given by A into F0 by AF. Whereas AF is A by 1 plus A beta. Substituting that we will get bandwidth with the feedback is F0 into 1 plus A beta. That means the feedback increases the bandwidth by a factor of 1 plus A beta. Bandwidth of a non-inverting amplifier with feedback FF is equal to bandwidth without feedback F0 times 1 plus A beta. So gain reduces by a factor of 1 plus A beta for a negative amplifier. Bandwidth increases by a factor of 1 plus A beta. Next we will solve a simple problem under this particular non-inverting amplifier. For an IC741 operation amplifier, following parameters are connected as a non-inverting amplifier. R1 is given as 1 kilo ohm, RF is 10 kilo ohm, open loop gain is 2 lakh, and input resistance is 2 mega ohm, output resistance is 75 ohm, bandwidth is f0 is equal to 5 hertz or break frequency is 5 hertz. Supply voltage, that VCC and minus VE is plus or minus 15 volt. Determine AF, RIF, ROF and AFF. So the open loop values are given. You have to find the closed loop values. So what is the closed loop gain? Closed loop gain AF is equal to A by 1 plus A beta. B. So B is R1 by R1 plus RF. So substituting that, we will get it as 1 by 11. So 1 plus AB is 1 plus 2 lakh divided by 11. So that is 18,182.8. So the closed loop voltage gain AF is equal to A by 1 plus A beta, that is 2 lakh divided by this 18,182. So you are getting as 10.99. So the open loop gain was 2 lakhs and the closed loop gain is 10.99. So the closed loop gain reduces by a factor of 1 plus AB. Next is input resistance. RIF is equal to RI into 1 plus A beta. So 2 mega into 18,182, that is 36.46 ohm. So input resistance increases. Output resistance is RO by 1 plus A beta. So 75 divided by this one, that is 4.12 milli ohm. That means output resistance reduces by a factor of 1 plus AB. Next is bandwidth. Bandwidth with feedback is equal to FF is equal to FO into 1 plus AB. FO is given as 5 Hertz. So 5 into 18, that is 90.9 kilohertz. 19.9 kilohertz. So this much about non-inverting amplifier. So in exam question can ask either like explain the input and output resistance of a non-inverting amplifier, or explain the bandwidth of a non-inverting amplifier, or the closed loop gain of a non-inverting amplifier. So next topic is inverting amplifier. So inverting amplifier is nothing but an example of voltage shunt feedback amplifier. So voltage shunt. So input connection is parallel, output is parallel. Voltage means output is also parallel, input is also parallel. So the input resistance and output resistance has to decrease by a factor of 1 plus A beta. So under this topic, what and all things we have to study is closed loop voltage gain, inverting input terminal at virtual ground, input resistance with feedback, output resistance with feedback, bandwidth with feedback, and a problem. So same way what we have explained for non-inverting amplifier, we have to study inverting also. This is your one assignment under module 4. So all of you has to write this assignment. You can find this assignment in the textbook, Gaikwad textbook, that is linear integrated operational amplifier and linear integrated circuits by Ramkant A. Gaikwad. So in that textbook you can find this topic, and from the page number 86 to 91. This I am speaking about 4th edition. So that PDF I have already sent you. So you can use that and write the assignment, this as an assignment question. From page number 86 to 91 you have to write down. Okay, the next topic under this chapter is, after completing non-inverting and inverting, what we have to study is AC and DC amplifier. That will be explained in the next class, AC and DC amplifier. Thank you.